All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are tackling a huge topic, one that a lot of companies, frankly, just kick down the road until it's a full-blown crisis. We're talking about succession planning. It's all about building your future, and you gotta start today.
Okay, let me ask you a question, and I want you to really think about this. Picture someone crucial in your organization. Could be a manager, a star engineer, heck, even the CEO. Now, what if they handed in their resignation tomorrow? Do you know, without a shadow of a doubt, who would take their place? If you hesitated even for a second, you're not alone. But that hesitation, that's a massive risk.
And look, this isn't just some boring HR checklist item. No way. This is one of the most critical strategic questions your business will ever face. And if you don't have a solid answer, you are literally gambling with the future of your company.
So, if that's the problem, what's the solution? How do you answer that big, scary question? Well, that's where succession planning comes in.
Now, let's be super clear about what this actually is. A lot of people hear succession planning and immediately think, oh, that's for finding the next CEO. And sure, that's part of it, but it's so much bigger than that. We're talking about any key role, any position that, if it were suddenly empty, would cause a major headache for your business. It's all about identifying potential everywhere in the organization and then, and this is the crucial part, actively getting those people ready to take the next step.
You know, a great way to picture this is to think of it like building a talent pipeline. See, it's not a one-and-done deal where you just find one replacement for one job. Not at all. The goal is to create this constant, steady flow of talent inside your own walls. People who are always learning, always growing, and always getting ready for what's next.
Okay, that all sounds fantastic in theory, right? A pipeline of amazing talent? Great. But how in the world do you actually manage all that? It sounds complicated. And that's exactly where technology becomes a game changer. It takes this big, abstract idea and turns it into a real, manageable, data-driven process.
So what a modern platform really does is streamline this whole thing into a few core, super helpful functions. First, it helps you spot that hidden talent early on. Then you can group those folks into talent pools for specific future jobs. It lets you actually visualize your succession plan so you can see immediately where you're strong and, maybe more importantly, where you've got gaps. From there, you can connect people to the right development plans, get alerts about at-risk positions, and the whole time, you're getting real-time insights to make smarter decisions. It's the whole shebang.
Let's take a look at how this works. Step 1 is spotting talent, but you gotta do it objectively, right? We have to move past just gut feelings about who's good. And a tool like the classic 9-box grid is perfect for this. What you're doing here is mapping someone's current performance on one axis against their future potential on the other, and boom, it becomes crystal clear who your rising stars are. You know, the people in that top right corner, those are the ones you absolutely need to invest in.
And this is where the magic really happens. This is the power of having real-time data at your fingertips. A dashboard like this gives you a bird's-eye view of your entire leadership pipeline in a single glance. You can see right away, okay, 20% of our people are ready to go right now. You can see who's on track for the next few years, but crucially, you can also pinpoint those gaps. You know exactly where you need to focus your efforts. No more guesswork.
All right, so having a slick process and cool dashboards is great, but let's get down to brass tacks. What's the real-world payoff here? Why should you and your leadership team truly care about getting this right?
Well, it really all comes back to that first scary question we asked. When you plan ahead, you avoid that chaos, that fire drill when someone important leaves. You end up building a culture where your best people can actually see a path forward for themselves, which, let me tell you, is a massive win for keeping them around. Leadership changes become smooth and strategic instead of panicked and messy, and ultimately, being prepared like this isn't just about playing defense, it's a genuine competitive advantage.
When you really think about it, this whole thing goes way beyond just being a task you check off a list. It's a fundamental shift in mindset. It's about moving from constantly reacting to today's problems to proactively building the company you want to have tomorrow. And that really is the key takeaway, isn't it? The whole goal is to become proactive instead of reactive. When you have a solid plan and the right tools, you stop scrambling when someone leaves. Instead, you start strategically building the leadership team you're going to need 1, 3, even 5 years from now. You're not putting out fires anymore. You're the architect of your own future. So I'll leave you with this thought. At its heart, good succession planning is really an act of foresight. It's the ultimate long game. It's like planting seeds today for the giant, shady trees you're going to need for tomorrow.
You're investing now, with full confidence that you're growing the strong, capable leaders your organization will depend on for years to come.